Hey everybody, welcome to the show. As you might have noticed from the title, this is a special episode. Reason being, it doesn't fit into any mold that I've created for this podcast. See, we had such a good conversation with our community members Felp and Vib last week that we just decided to keep recording for as long as time permitted. And from that recording came a very succinct summary of what most conversations on the Discord are like. So, in the spirit of entertainment, and seeing as how the holiday season is fast approaching, consider this one of my gifts to you. I should mention that some of the topics discussed are very not suitable for work, so please be mindful of that. I present to you our community banter cast. Sit back, relax, and please enjoy. Which one do you want to hear first? What the manual labor was like, or my 9/11 story?
9/11 story, definitely. I want to see all the respawn points on that one.
Viv immediately said, "Aren't you close to New York? This feels like a crime."
Dude, I live in New York State.
Oh, shit.
He lives for this shit.
Okay. Yeah.
So... Oh, God, this feels so wrong. So, I was, 7? Going on 8. And I was super hyped.
Well, I mean, obviously.
I was super hyped about Power Rangers.
Oh, man.
Every day at exactly 3:30, Fox Kids would come on, and we would either have Spider-Man or Power Rangers, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm super hyped. I go to my grandma's house, and I'm just sitting there. I'm barely into, like, what would it be, like, first grade? No, it started in 4 days. So I'm, like, all excited about school. I had learned a poem by heart, and I was going to recite it.
Damn,
and I just sit my ass down, and I just start waiting for Power Rangers. My grandma lived in the U.S. for 7 years. So she turns on the TV, no Power Rangers. 2 smoking buildings.
Oh, no.
She looked like she got, like, raptured. She was
just
speechless.
seen a ghost.
And me, not understanding anything, I immediately go, "Grandma, where's Power Rangers?" And I repeated that for the next hour, completely in the dark.
Wow, you are a terrible person.
I had no sense of the atmosphere whatsoever.
Zilch. I barely comprehended what changing the channel meant. So when my grandma started flipping through channels, and all of those had the same thing, I just thought the TV was broken. So I just started asking for Power Rangers harder.
Oh my
god.
God.
Yeah.
Did you get your Power Rangers?
No. Not get Power Rangers for the next week.
I have a similar story, actually. I was so into Pokemon when I was little, right? And one time me and my parents went shopping, and we went to a toy store, and I was looking for Pokemon, but there weren't any, and so I was like, I want Pokemon, and then we went up to some staff member, and then we asked where all the Pokemon were, and then this genius said, "Oh, that's because the Pokemon ship hasn't arrived yet. It's coming one of these days."
It's SSN. It's SSN coming with
Yeah.
the Pokemon.
Yeah. And that was all I needed to hear. I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm waiting for the Pokemon ship."
Oh man, that would be great.
Pokemon shit. Thank you for salvaging my tragic, awful story with something lighthearted about Pokemon, by the way.
Oh man.
Okay, was the child labor story any more lighthearted than the freaking 9/11 story?
Christ.
Bro, what the fuck are the Power Rangers? Bro, what the fuck?
I took time out of my day to sit down and watch Power Rangers, not this boring shit that they're featuring on the television right now. Like, come on, I don't want to see 2, overgrown candles burning.
Oh my god. No.
This is like watching paint dry. Come on, I want my Power Rangers.
Jesus Christ. Quick manual labor. My grandma was quite old, even when I was a wee babby, so I essentially had to get good at gardening, and none of it stuck. Here's how stupid I was. I was taught to, like, prune roses, plant tomatoes and shit. The second I didn't have to do that, I would take I would take a stick and a hose, and I would spray water at a specific part of the garden and just stir it with the stick. I did that for 4 days straight.
Oh no.
Wait, you were making the garden into just a mud pool?
No, just one, like, 2 square foot part of the garden. I would just stir a stick in. I don't know what I was doing. I think I had like some sort of chef fantasy going on, but I was just poking the wet ground with a stick.
I mean, you were one of those kids that was just incredibly easily entertained.
Oh yes. It escalated. It escalated badly at some point.
This, like, puberty hit hard with the IQ, I see.
Coming in like a wrecking ball, dude. Oh man. I had some similar shit going on.
Like?
Where I've always been obsessed with how things work.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a tendency of touching everything. And that would ultimately end up with me trying to look inside.
Oh no.
And it would just, like, I had this magical power. Everything I touched would just magically break. and I just, like, at that point, I didn't understand how things were made enough, so I couldn't repair them. Or I would pick them apart in places where they shouldn't be able to be picked apart. And so that's kind of like how I got into Lego, because go ahead and break
your parents
Lego.
were fucking tired of you keep
Yeah,
destroying all kinds of shit.
So they were like, they just fucking dumped Lego on me and were like, all right, here, just go have fun, all right? And I'm like, I mean, I don't want to make stuff. I just want to see how it's made. So they had to constantly just get me these like manuals for how you made like a Lego figure or a Lego car or a building or whatever. Because otherwise I just would not be entertained. And this was especially bad.
That's fantastic.
You were just a dangerous kid.
Yeah, this was especially bad because small miniature railways, like you know, that's super realistic, expensive, like railway, not toys, but they're like toys for grown-up.
Yeah.
Oh no.
My dad is really into that. Of course, I'm also really into that.
Okay.
But he's into model train stuff.
Model trains that actually work. We used to sit down and just watch them go in circles and build the tracks and all that. It was amazing, so much fun. But these things and all the environments that we used to build of these things, they're incredibly expensive.
Oh, Christ.
And he used to take me to the store where we buy all this. And initially he didn't think much of it. But I used to go around and I just picked stuff up, touched things, because I was like, oh, that thing's on display? I mean, of course, that's just got a big sign over it saying, come touch this. But it was a lot more of a look but don't touch place. And I would just take it up, you know, just hold it.
Oh, no.
See if it worked, see if I could, you know, spin things or, you know, whatever, just try and figure out how it was built. And then I'd bring it over to my dad and be like, Dad, I want this, this looks so cool. And he's just looking at me being like, oh no. Please don't tell me you broke something again. And I'm like, no, I didn't break something. And I just give it to him and he goes back and he places it back there and he's like, all right, you gotta get one thing clear here. You did not touch anything in here that you don't want to pay for yourself.
Oh Christ!
and that's kind of how I started getting a grasp of the value of things. Prior to that, I didn't really care of how important things were. I just pick it up. I'd pick up a cell phone and I'd snap it in two or something just because I wanted to see if I could.
I mean, I'm just really happy that you haven't like mentioned any like animals or anything like that.
Oh, don't get me started on my dogs. Oh, I love my dogs.
But you didn't pick a dog apart, did you?
No.
Good.
I would do such a thing. I'm not a no, I've had dogs. I have dogs. They're great. I love them. I use them as pillows. They're big enough. But I've had like four dogs. We're usually like an end and station caretakers for old dogs that we kind of take them off people's hands that they don't want anything to do with their dogs anymore. So we kind of rehabilitate them, and then
That's nice.
they end up staying until they're gone, that sort of thing. Very very nice.
My story about learning the value of stuff is it's slightly more destructive.
Oh no, of course. Eastern European.
Okay. Again, I'm just piling on the stereotypes here. This is not reflective of the country of Bulgaria. Here we go.
I don't believe it.
You don't have to sound so defeated, dude. I still am really into racing games, and it started when I was a wee babby, again, and my parents got me a PS2 with Need for Speed Underground 2. And from there on out, it just snowballed into like every Need for Speed I could get my hands on. Fast forward to 2006, Need for Speed Carbon comes out.
Hell yeah, best game.
It's pretty good.
Most Wanted is best game.
No, Carbon is best game. They took the best out of Underground and Underground 2 and put it together with, like, I don't know, Hot Pursuit or something.
I'm inclined to agree. The actual best Need for Speed is 2012's Most Wanted because it has the best driving. Anyway, I don't like customization. I feel like cars have gotten so pretty that
Dude.
racing car. This is a whole separate conversation.
Yeah, racing cars, man. Come on, that's.
It depends on the car. You can take like some ancient JDM.
If it's in a
like,
game, it's fine. Okay.
Sort of, but like you wouldn't want to take a Koenigsegg and just slap a Pepe sticker on it. That just looks bad.
Who are you to tell me what to do?
I've played so much Forza Horizon 4. I've been assaulted by assholes in those things.
Do you remember when Discord Nitro started giving out Xbox Pass membership things?
They did?
Yeah, they did. The big Nitro, they give you like last year or 2 years ago or something. They gave us like a 3-month Xbox Game Pass thingy.
Uh-huh.
I've been playing Forza Horizon 4 for all those 3 months, and I recently got it again, and I'm still playing Forza Horizon 4.
Dude, we should play
And I'm just making the ugliest looking cars that I possibly can.
Please,
Anime
Because
waifu cars. Woo.
Hell yeah.
please don't.
But no, that specific Koenigsegg with a Pepe sticker on it, been there, done that.
At least isn't Koenigsegg Swedish?
Yes, it is.
Oh, there we go. At least you have some claim to ruining the car.
Some justification.
I mean, I guess.
But so I get Carbon. There's only the deluxe edition comes to Bulgaria, which costs the equivalent of €7 in 2006 money.
Shit, dude, that's like a nowadays AAA title.
Yeah. It came with a DVD with like behind the scenes. Remember DVDs? Wow.
Yeah, I don't even have a DVD reader for my computer anymore.
I rerouted it to my SSD.
Oh damn.
Rip CD. I can't take it out. Oh no, I did take it out actually. There's just a huge vent hole. Anyway, I get to the final boss. He is stupid difficult for my underdeveloped brain.
Oh,
so after 2 hours of trying to beat him, I do the rational thing. I take a ginormous pillow from the couch and I beat the Christ out of my PS2. Game stops. Disc is scratched to shit.
Oh no.
And I learned the value of things not at that moment because I couldn't comprehend it why it wasn't working. I learned it when my dad bought me the game again. After I told him it don't work good anymore.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It don't work good anymore, yes.
Yup. Now
Why it don't work?
Here we are.
But yeah.
I mean, I wasn't able to beat the final boss until I managed to cheese it by getting a Corvette and upgrading the shit out of it, and then just beating the boss in the first 5 seconds because I just accelerated so fast.
I had a Golf.
Oh no!
I beat the entirety of Most Wanted with a Golf R, and I didn't want to progress because it looked cool.
You're an
I
absolute
have to
madman.
admit, it sounds really fucking weird talking about beating a boss in a racing game.
Yup.
Oh, I mean, it's the racing game boss. Like it's the boss. It's the boss guy. It's the BBEG that happens to be driving a car.
Well, yes, but like from like an outside perspective, when you're talking about bosses, a car racer is not what you're thinking of.
I mean, a boss.
At least not me.
I mean, that's fair.
straight up thought about a car just having to avoid a giant monster. That's all I could think of.
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh.
I'm so confused.
That actually. There's a game that does that. I just cannot remember it.
I know of one on the PSP called Pursuit Force, where that game was amazing. I cannot believe it's locked to that system. It's a car combat game-ish, where you have to, like, you're a super cop who can jump on, like, from car to car. You steal the cars from the bad guys, and then you fight trains and shit. It's incredible.
Oh my.
It's got an insane narrative. The main character, you have like a helicopter pilot wife who gets murdered by hillbillies.
What? This sounds awfully like some kind of Saints Row spinoff.
It's sort of, yes. It's not, but it's in that vein, but it's played completely straight. Like, to the T. I played that so much, I actually broke my PSP thumbstick playing that. I've preserved some technology, I swear. I still have a mint PS Vita, mostly because there are no games for the Vita.
Wait, why do you have the PS Vita? You could have just sold it. That's what I do with mine.
I don't wanna.
You can't just sell old equipment, dude. You gotta save everything. You might be able to use it. God damn it.
I sold my PSP and I regret it so much. I really want to play Persona 3.
What do you get from a PSP or PS Vita? Especially the PS Vita, which hardly had anything.
It had so much. Holy shit.
Monster Hunter?
I did not play
Monster Hunter. Well, there wasn't a PS Vita Monster Hunter.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, there was PSP Monster Hunter.
Oh, shit.
And then, I guess Persona 4 Golden.
Hell yes. I used my Vita as a JRPG machine because after the first month, it just games didn't come out. No,
exactly. Like, the PS Vita was a wasted opportunity. Same was the the Wii U, which I also sold, and I'm very sad about.
I'm mad because I got the PS Vita and the freaking Wii U, and they both turned out to just be pointless.
Yeah.
Imagine getting consoles when you were a kid. Imagine not being just purely 100% PC master race.
I got my first PC when I was 13, and I continued just being a console kid. Because the only thing I played on PC were, like, MMOs and League, I think. And then I realized League wasn't so much fun anymore.
I had a garbage computer, which up until, like, 07, only thing I did on it was pirate wrestling. What followed was a 5-minute conversation of a very inappropriate nature. It was redacted so the people participating could be employable in the future. The past 5 minutes of this conversation have not sounded okay. I just want to talk about Danganronpa. That's where I was going with the Vita. I used it for mostly Danganronpa, and I lost so much sleep playing that. Danganronpa is phenomenal.
Yeah. I watched the first season. Of the anime, and that was pretty fun.
And no, the anime is garbage. The anime is essentially Danganronpa 3.
I know it's supposedly garbage, but I did enjoy the first season.
I did not know there's more seasons. I think there's an anime based on the events of the game, but there's also Danganronpa 3, which is an anime.
Yeah,
that's a continuation of 2, which is awful.
Yeah. I watched a bit of that, and no, that's not worth it. It's not okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of Danganronpa anime sequels and specials out there.
Yeah, to be fair, they also tried to make an anime out of Persona that also doesn't work.
I mean, the movie, I think I watched the Persona 3 movie, and it was
there's
weird.
There's a Persona 3 movie?
I think there's a Persona 3 movie.
There is. The 4 one came out, then the 3 one came out.
Yeah.
There's the 4 one came out again.
I've never seen that. What the?
Yeah. I've seen the Persona 3 and 4 movie, and they are, like, as somebody who has never encountered Persona up until seeing the movies, it was so mindfuck as to what was going on.
You really
I was like, what kind of tuned down weird JoJo spin-off is this?
I mean, I get that. I get that reference. Boy. I was like, when I got my PSP, the first thing I got was Persona 3, and I played that game religiously. Like I also got my my stereo at that point, and so I plugged my PSP into the stereo, and I just blasted the music or Persona 3 while I was playing it. Was fan-fucking-tastic. It was so good.
Oh, great. Yeah, the Persona music, I just like now started listening to it because it's so good.
Yeah.
The anime is best experienced ironically after you've beaten the game, because your brain will fill in the gaps that the anime leaves. If it's watched as a standalone, there's a lot of context and a lot of just atmosphere that you do not get. Then again, every game is 100 plus hours. Like, I replayed P5 in February. It took me the whole month, and that was the second playthrough. It was 5 hours less than the initial playthrough after I knew everything.
Have you considered playing through Royal as well?
I'm thinking about it. My gaming schedule just freed up because Destiny 2 can go just drown. So now I'm gonna make my way through some Game Pass games, Cyberpunk, and then whenever Ubisoft games get available for piracy, because Ubisoft are the worst, and I do not want to support their awful, sexually perverse leadership with money. I'm gonna but they still make good games, and they're gonna really hate losing money on that front. So
For Honor, dude, don't.
I have For Honor. A friend of mine bought it for me, and
It's such an amazing, unique experience. I love it.
I'm so trash garbage at it.
Me too.
Of course, it's a fighting game.
Yeah.
It's got an incredibly high skill ceiling or whatever wall.
It's super difficult to get into. The barrier to entry
so
is...
lovely.
I know. I cannot... Well, now I guess I can spare the time, but I don't want to. I have so many just things to delve into. It's going to be fun here.
I recently bought Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, hell yes.
I was a big fan of Divinity 2. I played that game and absolutely... I broke everything in that game. I just love going around and just breaking and min-maxing any game I can touch.
Me and some friends are doing a boner through of Divinity 2, like in a month, where we're all gonna play as skeletons.
Oh no.
So that's gonna be an interesting 4
I
months.
love the fact that you just use your bony hands to pick locks.
You do? That's genius!
It literally says you use your bony fingers to pick this lock. Because
awesome.
Apparently you don't need lockpicks to pick locks. You can just use your bony fingers. It's like, okay, how do I... I'm trying to visualize how that would look. Like you're sitting there with your... Yeah, you're sitting there with your index finger to keep the tension on the lock. And then you're trying to insert your tiny ass bone of your pinky in there to try and, pick each of the pins individually. And I'm like...
Well,
have
old
really
locks...
small, tiny fingers.
I was like, old locks are super, super easy to pick. I've picked many a lock in my day.
I mean, that's fair.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I know for a fact that I've broken into my parents' house multiple times when I was younger because I forgot my key or some shit, and I just lockpick with a knife or something.
Oh yeah, I just need something since I mentioned earlier, I have I need to always be on something and touching it or doing something with my hands. So I've had a butterfly knife that I've been playing with for a while, but recently I picked up lockpicking. So I've just been
this is turning to Country Bumpkins the podcast.
Wait, is that why you freaking told me to learn how to do lockpicking earlier when I was asking for stuff to do?
Exactly.
Dude.
Because
why not start with do push-ups? Let's not go to crime immediately. Maybe get strong and then do crime.
Okay. I've done training. I've done 3 years of climbing, alright?
Oh,
free climbing and just, regular climbing.
Dude, your forearms must be the size of my torso.
Rather, my grip strength is good enough for the tiny amount I weigh, and I'm also incredibly tall, so it's easy for me to
like a monkey.
Yeah?
Okay, but incredibly tall, how tall are we talking?
195.
Oh my god! Why are all
That's
these so
pretty tall.
fucking tall? I'm 160.
And I weigh around.
6'5".
That's bordering 6'5". And I weigh around 72, 73.
Oh shit! You're super thin. You're like a... I don't...
I've got nothing but muscle.
Well, I
Hell
was about
yes.
to say bone, but I mean, sure.
Sinew Man.
Oh no!
What a name.
Wow. It makes me think of that one oh yeah, Svetlin, you might know this, but the one Dark Souls video where they sing a song about Skin Man and Skeleton Man.
Skeleton Man, yup.
Oh my god, I think it was like the last podcast or 2 podcasts ago, you mentioned skeleton inside of every one of us, and I was like, Skeleton Man's inside of all of us. This is only funny if you get the reference, though.
Hey, I laughed. It's fine. I'm
Yeah, it's
target
fine.
audience here.
Me and Vaber just sitting here like, yeah, sure, thumbs up. Smile and wave, boys.
The idiots talking about calcium people.
I mean, you kind of need to. This is like a culture.
I think it's pretty funny how Sweatling was like, well, I need to help my dad lift wood or some shit in not too long. And
I blew him off for like the. I actually do.
1.5 hours.
Hold on, yeah. Hold on, I have 2 missed calls.
Oh shit!
Oh, I'm sorry, Dad. Okay, I'm gonna go help my dad move wood. Fingers crossed that my car hasn't done the fucking.
Been crushed or
No,
keyed
what
by
was,
your
what was
dad?
that? if he keys it, he's gonna do me a favor. That thing needs repainting badly. Never buy an old Audi, especially if it's got an S at the end.
No.
Yeah. But it go fast. It's fine.
By a
It
Volvo,
does-
you'll never have to fix anything.
I know, but it go vroom. It has an all-wheel drive system, and I took it in like a couple canyon drives. It's so worth all the money I'm dumping into it. I'm actually doing a
man.
cross-European road trip next
Ooh.
year, and I might actually drop by Sweden. So we might do
Hell
hangouts.
to the yeah.
You can just show
I
me
mean,
all the
I
rally
am-
spots.
I mean, actually, in my hometown, we have a drifting school quite nearby, and we have a proper rally dirt track nearby too.
Who the
Holy
fuck
shit.
has a drifting school?
Wait, why would you have a school that teaches you how to drift?
So basically, are you guys familiar with Gottebil?
No.
No?
Okay, it's basically the big European or Scandinavian whatever drift convention. There's also another like Euro drift or whatever, the big convention for all drift nuts and everything. Yeah, that place is close by, so of course there's gonna be a drift school there.
Sweet. Yeah, Viv,
Sure.
the Nordic countries have depression, alcohol, and just automotive, any type of sports on 4 wheels. That's
And lots
how-
of snow.
Yeah. Most great Formula 1 drivers are Finnish or in the surrounding countries. Because they have to drive to survive.
It's oh my
I'm
god.
compelled to visit now.
Like oh my god. I've moved up since I started uni. I moved up like a 12-hour drive from my hometown, way up north. I'm actually like in the living close to or in the polar circle.
Oh
So it's
boy.
like hell yeah, it's cold up
You're
here, and my
that
nearest
far
neighbor
away.
is like 2 hours away.
Jesus.
Christ.
Still fantastic internet though. Glad that
Hell
aspect of
yeah.
Sweden hasn't gone anywhere. And that's call number 3. Okay, I'm gonna go before my dad throws us back
Alright.
out. Thanks for Vance voice.
Yeah. Have fun, guys. It was super fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing. I loved it.
Bye. Hey you made it to the end. Congratulations! That must mean you like us enough to want more, right? Well, good news! We're all over the internet. Go to embersword.com and subscribe to our newsletter for a chance to play the game early, as well as the latest interesting tidbits on the game and the team. Join our lovely Discord community over at discord.gg/embersword. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at PlayEmberSword for regular updates on what we're up to. And remember the basics. Drink water, be kind to each other, and spread the word about Ember Sword.